In this video, I want to talk about the United Arab Emirates, Dubai. Should you consider investing or living for that matter? Hey, why not? Let's get into it. Hello everyone, we are currently in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, conducting some business meetings. It feels good to be back. It's been too long. On a side note, some exciting news. The McClone Brothers Group has partnered with Concrete Real Estate Group. Scott Gorlick, the CEO of Concrete Real Estate Group, has been a major player in the LA market for a long time. And Scott's not just a broker, he's a developer, and development is something we are both passionate about. And I think it's a unique relationship we have here with Scott's experience in LA and our global experience. I think it's going to be a unique relationship, and we're backed by Side Brokerage, one of the most innovative brokerages today, with brilliant, caring people. They're not just about the money, in my opinion. They are truly, they truly love the real estate business. So we're all excited to be working together, and we're not just local in the LA market, the McClone Brothers. We are global real estate professionals. We own property in 5 countries and 7 states. More to come on that. So why should you think about Dubai? That's why we're here. Over the last 2 decades, Dubai has emerged as one of the most popular destinations for real estate investment. But as with any market, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress this enough, there's always ups and downs. So is it really worth investing in Dubai real estate market? Absolutely. Whether it's the allure of luxurious lifestyle or the temptation of living tax-free, moving to Dubai is an option that many potential expats have considered. Thanks to the plentiful malls, beaches, thousands of high-end shops and restaurants, the bustling industry, as well as activities like dune surfing or outdoor activities made indoor like skiing, crazy. Both visitors and prospective residents alike find it hard to miss the many advantages to living in the Middle Eastern city. I mean, I spend a lot of time in Vegas. This is equivalent to Vegas in the United States, but it's up about 5 notches. So from an investment perspective, Dubai is a prime real estate market where all sorts of properties, including residences, luxury properties, are up for sale. So since the Dubai government changed the laws and allowed foreigners to buy houses and apartments in Dubai, a lot of people have been looking to invest in the city, with a massive potential for return on investment. Buying a house in Dubai for expats comes with a lot of benefits right now. Foreigners are entitled to purchase residential properties that are located in designated leasehold or freehold areas. And the process of buying is relatively straightforward, I have to say, compared to California. So is it worth buying? I think so. Dubai's residential market opened up to foreigners in 2002 and has attracted many expats and overseas buyers since. Foreigners can purchase property in leasehold areas, which tend to be near the city center, or in freehold areas, which are spread out across the emirate. So the number of units available to foreigners has increased significantly over time, with an abundance of apartments, villas, and townhouses currently for sale. I've been going through the listings. There's abundance. There's something for everyone. So, there's some different procedures here, and it's important to understand these procedures, but it's pretty straightforward in my opinion. So property can be either purchased off-plan from a developer or resale from a private seller. So when purchasing off-plan, buyers will need to submit their passport along with a reservation form that outlines the terms and conditions of the deal. So, a reservation amount between 10 and 25% is then paid to draw up the sale, and the purchase agreement, the SPA, that commits both parties to the deal. So typically off-plan purchases, from my research, they're very fast and easy. It can take less than a couple of hours to book the property, and then purchase can be done from anywhere in the world. There's no need to be physically present in Dubai, but I can't stress that enough, like Mexico, and I talked about Spain. You want to be there. You want to have that face-to-face meeting when you're dealing with this kind of money. So the Emirates tax-free status has undoubtedly played a key role in attracting foreign investment. That's right, folks. Dubai has no property taxes. Residential properties in Dubai remain tax-free after the introduction of the value-added tax in the UAE in 2018. These properties are either zero-rated or exempted from tax altogether. That's the way it should be in the United States. Another perk of investing in Dubai properties is the provision of a residential visa to foreigners and their dependents who invest at least AED of 1 million in completed freehold property with a value title deed. In other words, the visa is not eligible for those who have invested in off-plan properties. So the following residential visas are available. Take a look at this. You can get a 3-year renewable visa if the property investment is an AED of 1 million or above. A 5-year renewable visa if the property investment is an AED of 5 million or more. And a 5-year renewable visa for retirees over 55 years of age if the property investment is an AED of 2 million or above. And a 10-year visa if you invest in AED of 10 million, the property must be kept unsold for a period of 3 years. The process of buying property is fairly straightforward, ladies and gentlemen. The foreign buyer must simply hold a valid passport. A resident visa is not required. The buyer can work with local real estate agents or directly with the developer to find the right property and complete the necessary formalities. It is really straightforward. According to the consultancy group Knight Frank, the average property transaction in Dubai takes 30 days to complete from the date on which the agreement for sale was signed. So it is pretty straightforward, and it's quite easy compared to California when you talk about all this paperwork we have to do in California. Costs required for the purpose of purchasing a property in Dubai. There is specific cost of buying a house in Dubai. It's important that you have an idea of all the fees associated with buying a house in Dubai in advance. Obviously this is essential to set your budget in a relevant manner. So you got fees for the NOC. This is usually in the range of an AED of 500 to an AED of 5,000. It can be paid directly to the real estate property, real estate or the property developer. Fees for registration, simple, nearly 4% of the total purchase price of the property may be paid to the DLD. And the commission of the real estate agent, of course. This is nearly just 2% of the property's purchase price. So apart from the potential costs, there could also be extra charges. That's why you want to have an attorney. Make sure on that. It could be applied to the office of the property developer as well as the DLD. You may also have to pay fees for community building to the real estate developer. HOA in the United States, community fees. So if you do plan on taking out a mortgage, it is important to determine the terms and conditions of the mortgage, loans available for foreigners and expatriates that are residents of Dubai, other guidelines that you should be considered by the central bank for the purpose of taking out a mortgage. So there's some quick points to go over as far as the mortgage. Number one, foreigners or expatriates who want to invest in real estate property that is valued at nearly an AED of 5 million have an option for borrowing nearly 75% of the total value of the property. On the contrary, citizens of the UAE have the option to borrow nearly 80%. And for real estate properties that are valued at an AED of 5 million or more, initial or first-time buyers have an option to borrow nearly 65% of the total value of the property. On the contrary, citizens of the UAE have an option to borrow nearly 70% of the value of the property. So that's interesting. Expats that want to invest or purchase secondary property have an option to borrow nearly 60% of the total value of the property. So, if you plan to purchase properties that are off-plan, a deposit of 50% would be required for expatriates as well as citizens of the UAE. The debt-to-income ratio of the buyer must not be 50% or more, and the period of the mortgage must not be more than 25 years. This is because there's an age limit that's usually in the range of 60 to 75 years. So foreign citizens have an option to make an application for a specific loan amount that should not exceed their yearly revenue or income by more than 7 times. So purchasing a property through real estate developers in Dubai, when you purchase an apartment or house in Dubai, it is essential that you research the real estate developer. I can't stress that enough, as I talked about Mexico, and ensure they have credible, a reputation. They have a portfolio before you sign a particular contract or agree to buy the property with a specific amount. This is done to make sure that you have made a solid and viable investment. Apart from that, there are various other things that you may need to do for creating, a background before, selling the property. So you're going to want to collect, of course, comprehensive data in written form for all the fees required to be paid, along with potential due date. It is essential to make sure that the developer has successfully registered. I can't stress this enough. Registered with a relevant regulatory organization. Cross-verify the rates on other similar properties. Absolutely, this will help you make sure that you have paid the right amount for your property. Evaluate recent developments. This will allow you to view what other buyers have said regarding the personal residential properties by the real estate developer. Ask for referrals, right? That you are considering. So you should appoint a solicitor that possesses global experience in purchasing real estate. This will help you to better understand how the real estate development process works, as well as ask important questions. Before you choose a real estate developer, you should make sure that all of the aforementioned points apply to the real estate agent or property developers. Why? This will enable you to verify whether the real estate developer is licensed. They have a license. People operate out here without a license and operate in the right way. Moreover, you must assess and review the experiences of your previous clients before making your financial decisions. So what are we all looking for? We're all looking for ROI. How to ensure you're going to get strong ROI. If the primary purpose of purchasing property is for investment, it is then important to look at the property market and study the types of properties that have the highest rental yields. Absolutely. So here's some tips that I went through when you're looking for strong ROI. Take a look at this. Choose smaller size apartments, studio and 1 bedrooms, in communities with established infrastructure, private or public beaches. Shopping malls near the major links and essential amenities. People want to be close to the action. Resale of smaller units is faster and offers a better value compared to larger sized properties, mainly because a major segment of Dubai's expat population can afford to purchase these, when the investor wants to, release the equity. So that makes sense. Anyone would agree that real estate development in Dubai takes place in a volatile market with an unpredictable future. While you cannot do anything to change the laws and rules of the game, however, the high rental yields and rapid development of the city will always keep interest in investors and home buyers right now. Just being here, a lot of people come in from other parts of the Middle East for the weekend. Their weekend starts on Thursday. And I have business meetings all week. I'm meeting with a real estate company. I'm learning about getting some licenses out here as well for the solicitor process, so I can become a foreign expert. So right now there's just a lot to learn, and I've done a lot of reading in the States, and I've talked to some clients that live out here that I know. I have a military friend that lives out here. So I'm in the process of putting all this together, and I have some clients that are out here that are looking in the States. So I think it's important, if you want to be a global investor, to go to these cities and travel. And from the research, this is a very hot area right now, and I want to learn about it and be involved. And that's why I'm here. So I think just to recap, Dubai has strong upside potential. I think it's a great place to invest the more I learn about it. And I'm going to be spending some time here and coming back out. And I should learn more, and I'm going to do a follow-up on the capital city, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Dubai, the differences. We'll do a follow-up talk on that. I'm going to be going there. That's about an hour from here, the capital, from Dubai. And I'm going to be spending some time there. So I got a jam-packed week. But I think it's a bustling city. There's a lot going on, a lot of culture here. And so far, I love all the people that I've met. And the food is fabulous. So more to come. Thanks for your time. Invest in Dubai. Think about it. More to come. Take care.